I did what I was required to do at the time that people complained about how Thomas Cook was behaving.
Mayor Joe Hogsett giving his first detailed answers about sexual harassment allegations in his office. The mayor appeared before reporters 2 months after those allegations became public.
CBS 4's Russ McQuaid has been pressing the mayor for months for answers, and today we got some.
The mayor signed Proposal 287, authorizing the City County Council to launch an independent investigation into sexual harassment allegations within his administration. And up until today, he was doing his best to answer any questions about such allegations. When Mayor Hogsett sat down at the far end of his 25th floor conference room table, it was the first time reporters were able to catch up with him, not on the run, to ask questions about his former deputy mayor, chief of staff, and campaign director, Thomas Cook, who's been accused by 3 women of sexual harassment and even assault, though he hasn't been criminally charged. Last month, before the City County Council, the mayor apologized to 2 of the women and promised a full investigation and a revamp of the city's sexual harassment policy and reporting rules. Now the council and the City Human Resources Department has announced it will undertake an investigation of the atmosphere of harassment and ignorance that the women say permeates Hogsett's administration. I asked the mayor if he were subpoenaed to testify before the City County Council investigation, would he do so? And would he expect to testify as a witness to the misdeeds of others or a target of allegations?
We will fully cooperate. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate as to what that would look like.
Hogsett said his office internally investigated the original sexual harassment allegations against Cook, did not call in HR, and even though Cook was dismissed from his office in December of 2020, the mayor didn't have a good answer as to why he allowed him back into his re-election campaign in December of 2022, only to learn a year ago that his former top advisor was the target of more allegations.
Well, Rossi was no longer employed by the city of Indianapolis. He was working as a private citizen in the city of Indianapolis, and he asked to volunteer for the campaign, and I allowed him to.
The mayor also said last weekend's statement to a concert crowd that he was running away from something was a joke and was not in reference to this scandal and had another intention.
I was trying to get people to go out and vote in November.
The mayor says he's only had one other person come to him recently about sexual harassment allegations. That was on July 31st. That issue was referred to Human Resources. In the meantime, a top administrator at the Office of Metropolitan Development has been dismissed, and the former DMD director, who left city employ less than a year ago, admitted his own indiscretions. At the City County building, Russ McQuaid, CBS 4 News.
One person dead after a shooting